Il est né au Nigeria, mais grandit en Autriche. Finaliste du prix LVMH en 2019, son luxe est carefully made. Plus inspiré par Nollywood que par la Californie, il partage son temps entre Lagos et l'Europe pour faire de l'assaut hockey, le tartan nigérien, et imaginer une mode flamboyante à la croisée des continents. Hi, Kenneth Eze, how are you?
Hi, I'm very well. Excited to be here.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me. You know, it's a pleasure.
It's a pandemic, it's been going on for a while. How are you feeling?
You know, throughout the whole pandemic, I was in Lagos, actually working on my collection and working on how I could actually build up my brand after the pandemic and during the pandemic. And now I've had time to be in Italy the past 1 month now. And it's such a different feeling again. It's like back to something. It's having a different feeling. I'm happy. I think that's more important about everything.
It's going to be your second collection that you show in Paris.
Yes.
We're a few days from the show.
Oof.
Are you stressed?
No, I'm not. I guess I'm more happy, you know. I'm seeing everything come to life. I've seen the collection. I'm very happy with the collection again. I'm happy with the idea of the collection. I'm happy the way that I'm also trying to bring people in a space, but also at the same time being very cautious about the, being very, just not trying to do too much, but at the same time trying to speak my story and trying to just get everyone together to an exciting feeling.
I guess your first show in February would have happened just before confinement.
Yes.
What has that left as a memory for you? Was it a really positive experience?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't really think I did that collection to make people cry, but I mean, people walking towards me and I was crying during your show just really meant wow, it must have really touched so many people. And it touched me as well. I feel like, having those beautiful models, iconic models, just walk your first season in Paris just really meant so much. And
can you give us some names for people that don't know? I want you to say
the mother, Naomi, I had Iman, I had Deborah, I had Adwa, I had Lindsay, I had, I had so many girls.
Yeah, and it was pretty stellar.
Yeah, so I guess I'm still feeling the excitement and I'm trying to push this excitement towards the new season.
Has the preparation of this current collection been massively impacted by the current climate? I understand that you do travel a lot normally. I'm assuming that would have also been weird for you not to be able to do that? Yeah,
I mean, I need to respect what's happening now because it's a big history, what's happening now. I've never seen someone being locked down in the house for 2 months and you're not allowed to go out, I haven't seen that happen before. And, with the whole situation that happened during the pandemic and the pandemic is still going on, I feel like it's very important to just share my own point of view. And, I could only share my point of view through clothes because that's what I do. And yes, we have so many stories that we've aligned together that actually match towards what has happened. We have a trans girl also as a painter during the show, during the presentation, also about a culture.
Is this Mati Biayenda?
Yes.
Yes. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I've loved Mati's work since 5 years I've known Mati now. I guess I've always found a way to work with Mati, and it happened to be just the perfect time because Mati actually paints portraits of Black people. And I feel like, with the old George Floyd and Brenda Taylor, what has happened in America and what's still happening about racism, it's really important to actually get then a Black trans girl to paint on a mural wall in Paris.
Yeah.
And I feel like that for me is just the epitome of where I actually want it to be and how I want to present clothes.
New generation, Gen Z in particular, seem to be very good at holding brands accountable and really choosing where they shop. Do you see that as something that's going to continue and expand to the rest of
customers? People are talking about, for example, sustainability. It's a conversation now. And I feel like it's still going to be happening. This new conversation, things are changing. People want to know where things are being made, your honesty, your loyalty to some certain brands and things you buy. And it will continue. I believe that.
So you're an optimist?
Yeah, I am. A big one.
That's good. What was the main idea behind this collection, besides obviously working with Mathieu?
Yeah, I mean, it's about community and it's about intimacy. You know, my community as a Black person, the intimacy also from my home, because I can only tell my own personal stories as in full details as much as I can because I've lived through it. So like that's where the intimacy comes from. Like what was my experience with my mother, with my father, with my brother, what happened, you know, moving to Europe when I was 4 years old. Like those sort of stories are what I want to like share with people. And my community as whole, as you know, just painting us on the wall, like look at us, like we are beautiful people. Just come together,
Need to
you
be
know?
celebrated.
Yeah, celebrate it, yeah.
Your creative process is intimately linked to the notion of craftsmanship.
Yeah.
How is this collection an illustration of that?
Well, you know, it's what I do all the time. I think about my culture so much. I think about what we have in my culture and how I could play around with my culture. So it's always gonna come to this craftsmanship, because like craftsmanship is what we have.
But you're also a master of color, and I
Yeah.
want to know what comes first. Is it like you pick and put all the colors together, or is it the craft that's more important?
To be fair, I feel like colors, I'm not like, I feel like, you know, colors is something that I could pick in 2 minutes. But then like having a full idea of what what my envision is, my story, this fantasy, I'm the only one that can actually see it in front of me, and that's what I'm working towards on. Like it's, the first point I pick on is not on the colors, it's actually on that story. What am I remembering? What am I thinking about? Because at the end of the day, I've seen everything in a full line in front of me, but you can't see it because I can only be the one that could share or sketch out what I really want it to look like. So then the colors just come in, yeah, just put it.
You say that as if it's easy. Not everybody can do that with colors. I'm fairly sure. Even though, look, I've put on a lot of color for you today.
I love it.
The reception of African designers' work sometimes tends to be only in cultural terms. Yeah. Is that something you feel as well? Or do you try to overcome it?
I feel that, but I don't feel like there's any need to overcome that. Because it's actually who we are. I would even love more to even know about people's culture than not know about our culture, because I'm learning something.
So instead of only talking about an African designer, you'd say it should be sort of everyone should always say it's an Italian designer, it's a French designer.
Yes,
yeah, and that should be celebrated.
Like that should definitely be, because that's, you know, identity, in as much as people fight against identity, it's still very important for us to take our space. And yeah, that doesn't disturb me.
Good. You move between Africa and Europe quite a lot.
Yeah.
What has, obviously, closing the borders, what kind of implications has that had towards your work?
During the whole lockdown, I couldn't really do anything. I could only do as much as I can in Nigeria and in my studio, which was also very beautiful, because then I also could learn how to work in a very specific way. This time around, I'm taking my time and I'm taking lines to get into different stages. And I feel like that's what the pandemic has actually taught me, to be patient, to be more patient.
And grateful.
Yeah, and grateful.
All of us, I feel like, have learned the art of gratefulness.
Yeah.
You also always talk about how much you love and how dynamic you find Nigerian art.
Yeah.
Would you like to share with us some artists that you think we should be following or going and researching or look out for?
I mean, I love so many of them. If I have to call names now, I have to call so many names, and I'm sorry if I don't call any names now, but one person that I've really gotten so deep into is David Ajayi. I really love his sense of like how much he actually knows about culture, because we've been having conversations together. And, you know, I love Dozier, you know, I love Ibi Kamara, I love so many people, Moalola. It's just like a celebration of like new creatives, and I really, really love how honest they are and how they believe in the future.
Your work is also much commented on from a gender perspective.
Yeah.
At the same time, the way you approach creation seems to mean very cleverly that this issue is now behind us. Is that, am I
Well,
right
I don't know if
that?
this issue is behind us. I feel like, I don't know, because, you know, I'm from Nigeria. Like, I can't just wear a skirt in Nigeria and walk on the street, right? So the issue is never behind us. I don't feel like it's going to be behind us in the next 20 years. It's all about how we actually see it and how we also want to improve the next people that don't have this privilege to actually understand more. So.
And is fashion a good vehicle to be breaking down those kind of barriers?
Always, always. And you know, no one should blame me now, but I also feel like there are so many queer designers that actually push that agenda and also doesn't push that agenda. You know, like as a creative person, I know that it is very important for me to be able to be flexible around these things. I also know a lot of queer designers that only want to do masculinity things for men, and it then pull back the story of like, okay, what's going on? Like, you know, I also want a man to be soft. You know, I want to see this vulnerability of a man. Like, and I really hope that we, as a gay designers like myself, could be able to push the narrative more further.
I know you chose to present your collections in Paris, but you're very close to Vienna as well as a city. Which is your favorite?
I'm a realistic person, you know? I'm a very realistic person. The industry is here. It's in Paris.
But you prefer Vienna?
I mean, you putting me on the spot.
What is it about Vienna? Tell me.
I'm Austrian, so like you're still putting me on the spot of not loving my country where I'm from. No, it's just different here. It's business, you know. People also like come to Paris here to connect. It's a meeting point, that's what I call it.
And what does it mean for you to be part of the Paris Fashion Week schedule? Politically, culturally, it's something surely that has a lot of meaning.
Honestly, at this point, I feel like I'm a teacher. Yeah, because I'm here to teach. You know, I'm here to share my culture, to teach people about my culture that people don't really know about. You know, it's not about just me being the glamorous fairy tale. It's actually about me expressing my feeling to you. I want you to learn from it. That's
such a nice note to end on, but before you leave, now I'm being the teacher and giving you orders, but we have a tradition that every designer has to bring an object, something that's dear to them, something from their studio, anything really. Did you bring something today?
Actually, I always wear it.
Okay.
It's my mom's ring. I think she gave this to me when I started studying, and it's a ruby. I think a ruby stone stands for, like, it has some creative power. So she gave me this when I started studying. And I can't go anywhere without this ring. I'm gonna tell you this for a fact. Like, it's always there. I've had it for such a long time.
Is your mother still with us?
Yeah.
You have a great relationship with her?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I'm just like my mother. She's crazy.
Aww. Well, thank you so much for coming here today. Good luck, no stress.
Yeah.
And I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it.